now, FIRST alumni and MC, Devin Langley.
Good morning. Wow, we had a fantastic day yesterday. You were all bringing it all. You were doing so much hard work, so much gracious professionalism. How are you all feeling? Good. Well, I am so excited to see what you do today. I have high expectations, and I know you all are going to just blow them out of the water. So I'm very, very excited. I know you'll be great. I do just want to say, though, regardless of how today goes, I really hope you all take a second to just, step back and look at the big picture for a moment. Because I know the robots are awesome, they're cool, they're exciting, they're fantastic. You've been working so hard on them all year. But at the end of the day, the reason that you keep coming back meeting after meeting, week after week, season after season, it's because of the people, it's because of the community we've built, the culture that you've all cultivated. So I hope, you take a second, thank a teammate, high-five a mentor, and just remember that, the community here and the Fin Fam that we have is what, it's all about and what FIRST is all about at the end of the day. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Now, I do have a couple thank yous that I want to say because this event would just not be possible without all of the incredible people working behind the scenes. So first of all, I want to give a huge thank you to one of our presenting partners, Toyota Indiana. Toyota Indiana is proud to be the exclusive home of the all-new Toyota Grand Highlander. And every Grand Highlander on the road was built right here in Indiana, which is pretty darn cool. So let's take a look. All right, and here from Toyota Indiana is Bill Dyer, who also just happens to be a member of our FIRST Indiana Robotics Board of Directors. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bill Dyer. I'm the General Manager of Human Resources at Toyota Indiana and a board member for FIRST Indiana Robotics. Welcome to the historic Hatchet House. The Hatchet House has been here since 1967. So almost 60 years. I'm not here to give you a history lesson on the Hatchet House. I'm here to talk about in 1967 when they built the Hatchet House, I guarantee they never imagined students would be competing with robots on this court. So cool. I'm not here to tell you that either. I'm here to have you think about the next 50 years. What is going to happen with innovation and technology over the next 50 years? Innovation technology, obviously, in our Toyota vehicles, in all our vehicles, but the technology that's happening in the medical field and all over industry. Those innovations are going to come from your minds. That's who we need, that's what we need in this country and our world to develop the next breakthroughs. You all are a part of that. The skills that you're learning through FIRST Indiana Robotics, through this competition, through your instructors, your teachers, those are the skills that industry needs to propel us to the next half century, century, and beyond. That's why Toyota partners with FIRST Indiana Robotics, amazing organization, and amazing educational partners like Vincennes University to help instill and give those skills and that knowledge to support you so you can support us into the future. We're excited to watch how today goes. I want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you to the parents, the chaperones, the teachers, all the volunteers, but most importantly, thank you all to the students. Thank you for your interest in advanced technologies, and we're glad you're here. Best of luck today for the teams. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toyota Indiana, for your continuous support year after year at our events. We're very grateful. Next, we would now like to welcome Washington Community Schools Superintendent Kevin Frank. Please give it up.
Good morning. My name is Kevin Frank, and I'm the superintendent here at Washington Community Schools, and we're super excited to host the FIRST Robotics competition here at Washington High School. I want to thank everyone with FIRST Robotics. I want to thank our partners, Toyota and Vincennes University. I'd like to thank our Hatchet Robotics staff, Mr. Riney and his team, and our parent booster club that have literally been working on planning for this event since last summer. Just hundreds, if not thousands of hours of planning that have been going on since last summer to get ready for this event today. Like Bill said, we are very proud of the Hatchet House, and for 50 years, it has been, it's one of the largest high school gymnasiums in the nation. I personally think it's the best high school gymnasium in the nation. It's known for basketball championships, but we want it to be known for robotics championships. And we hope that it becomes just a regular destination on the FIRST Robotics circuit in years to come. Want to wish all of you students the best of luck today. It's exciting to see what all goes into this sort of competition. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. The support we've had from the Washington community has really just been so outstanding. We have loved being here, and we are so excited about that relationship that we're building. Now we have one more guest speaker. She is absolutely fantastic, and we're very glad that she is now part of the FinFam. Please give it up for Ashley Robbins, the president of FIRST Indiana.
Wow, absolutely fantastic from the likes of Devin Langley is high praise, so thanks, Devin. Just a couple quick announcements this morning. I wanted to say, just like everyone else, great job this weekend so far. Excited to see what today brings. You all did a fantastic job yesterday, not just on the field, but off the field as well, showing a lot of gracious professionalism, supporting each other, helping in ways that we can, and that's just always impressive for me to see. So thank you all for doing that. Big thank you again to our co-presenting sponsors, Vincennes University, the Cara Center, as well as Toyota Indiana. They are big advocates of the work you are doing, so if you have a chance to stop by their tables, talk to their representatives, I highly encourage you to do so. Only two things I want to talk about is save the date. Finn is co-hosting an off-season event in Louisville on June 22nd. So we're working with FIRST in Kentucky to co-sponsor an FRC off-season. We're really excited about that. More info coming soon. You should have all gotten a flyer. Please, please, please consider spending a summer weekend with us there. That should be great. And then only other announcement is President's Office Hours I will be hosting office hours from 10:30 to noon, just outside these doors between the field and the pits. Just a chance for you to come, introduce yourself, get to know me, ask any questions, share your stories, just a chance to connect. I've been in this role for 1 year now, so really want to just take a chance to continue hearing your stories. All right, let's make it a great day. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Definitely take advantage of those office hours. Ashley is a great person to talk to. I know you'll have fun. All right, next we want to honor some very special people. Please welcome to the field all of our prior Dean's List award winners, finalists, and the members of the FIRST Indiana Robotics Student Board of Directors from Indiana and beyond. They will be handing out the Dean's List semifinalist pins to the students who interviewed at this weekend's event. The Dean's List Award was created in 2010 to recognize the leadership and dedication of FIRST's most outstanding secondary school students. The FIRST rock stars, if you will. Every year, each team is invited to select up to 2 students in 10th or 11th grade as FIRST Dean's List semifinalists. The students nominated from their teams are just really stellar, outstanding examples of FIRST leaders who have led their teams and communities to increase awareness for FIRST and its mission. When Chris calls your name, please come down the fields through the stairs right down there and collect your pin.
All right, well, welcome everybody. Here we go. We are going to take a moment to honor those who've been nominated by your teams. We want to thank you all for taking the time to nominate your students for this prestigious award. So when we call your name, come on down. You got to go down here, come through here, be celebrated, get your button, and then you can go back that way and return to your seats. All right, without further ado, from team 3176, William, come on down. There's William. Right. From team 1747, Rose. I think Rose is right there. From team 6498, Isla. Come on down. From team 234, Justin. From team 7454, Keegan. Also from team 7454, Nicholas. From team 6498, Jack. From team 5188, Nicolo. I hope I said that correctly. From team 3176, Michael. From team 234, Dion. From team 1747, Sarah. And from team 5188, Abigail. And just in the last minute or so, as those students come down, just a couple of things. One, later today, we'll be announcing the 2 finalist nominees that will advance to the state championship to be considered for the Dean's List Finalist Award, where we will name 2 students that will represent Indiana at the FIRST Championship in Houston later this month. And today at 10:30, members of our student board of directors will be Oh, they're pointing this way. There we go. Members of our student board of directors will be running a roundtable conversation in the choir room at 10:30. There we go. Oh, right here. Get a button. Woohoo! Nice. There you go. Congratulations. Woo! At 10:30, student board of members will be leading a conversation around student leadership. And we would love to have students come out, hang out, talk a little bit about leadership within your team, how leadership works, and listen to some of our student board members also share their experiences and improve each other. So thank you very much. Congratulations. One big more round of applause to all the nominees. And now let's play some robots. Woo!
All right, thank you, Chris. And all of our Dean's List nominees, finalists, student board of directors, thanks for being out here. And again, congratulations to all of the nominees who are interviewing here. That's very exciting, and it's such a big honor. Congratulations. All right, so I know we already established earlier that the robots are very cool, very exciting. It's, hard to imagine something that could be more fun than an FRC event, right? Like, this is the best. But I will say something that I think is just as fun as being on a team is volunteering at an event. Some of the most fun that I've ever had is being here with all of our volunteers. We have a fantastic community of volunteers here in Indiana. I think one of the best teams. We're pretty great. So definitely, I invite each and every one of you to come join the fun, try out volunteering at an event. We would always love to have you, and I really think there's something for everybody, which is, again, a reason that FIRST is so special. So definitely come try it out. But in the meantime, please, can we have another huge round of applause for all of the amazing volunteers that we have at this event today? Thank you. All right, now, appropriately, it is time to present the Outstanding Volunteer Award. This award is very special because there are so many deserving volunteers. The inspectors, refs, judges, the field and scoring table crew, the planning committee, the machine shop folks, pit admin are all volunteers who help FIRST soar. And without volunteer support, FIRST would literally not exist. We could not do it without their dedication and commitment. It's just so critical across all FIRST programs. So, to present the Outstanding Volunteer Award, please welcome the Washington Event Planning Co-Chair, Matt Riney, and, of course, our favorite, Hatch.
Thank you. My name's Matt Riney. I am the head coach for Hatchet Robotics, and of course, this is FIRST Robotics Superfan Hatch. All right. Students, there's a lot of people here that help you to get you to do this, right? They are good people, right? You all know good people. Okay, we have a lot of good people here, and this is a great opportunity to really showcase one of those people that let this event happen. We could not have done this without her, and she is one of the best people that I know. Please welcome Rachel Denny. Rachel Denny is the co-chair here. She manages all the volunteers, and she got this thing running for all of us. So another big round of applause. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and congratulations. All right, we have some people out here in front who have been, just sitting enjoying the show. So let's please welcome back our lovely friends in the blue shirts. Everybody say good morning to our judges. I hope you've all had a chance to chat with them, and I'm sure impress them. All right, let's welcome back another fantastic group here. Please give it up for our hardworking referees. And another awesome group that we have not yet talked about this week. Let's please show our appreciation for this talented group of volunteers, your robot inspectors, led by head robot inspector John Barnett. Thank you so much for your work this weekend. And just a reminder to all of you, all teams must be re-inspected after your final qualification match in order to be eligible for the playoff tournament. So make sure we don't forget about that. And while you do, make sure to thank them for all their hard work. All right, again, I know I keep saying it, but it's just so true. There are so many volunteers that put in countless hours of work and planning before and during this event. Please, let's show our appreciation for your field volunteers, which includes your resetters, cuers, scorekeepers, and FTAAs led by FTAs and FIRST alumni, Daniel Bravo and Chris Noble, and your field supervisor, Alexis Hunter. Please give it up. Let's keep it going for our pit volunteers, which includes pit admin, spare parts, and safety attendants, and your awesome pit admin supervisor, who we all know and love, Chris Osborne. And of course, the volunteers working behind the scenes, like at volunteer registration, and our fabulous volunteer coordinator, Rachel Denny. All right, it is almost robot time, but first, please welcome Trinity from Washington High School and stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Trinity. That was fantastic. All right, let's power up some robots. I'll see you all in the field. All right, there we go. Let's meet our first set of teams of the day. We're starting off strong with team 8116.
All the way from Washington, Indiana, it's the Hatch Batch.
Joining them in the center, we have team 3452. And finally, rounding out our Red Alliance, we have team 7657.
Down the road, it's the Thunderbots.
Over on the blue side of the field, we're starting out with team 4926.
It's Galactech.
In the middle, we have team 1501.
With the robot Thunderstruck, it's Team Thrust.
And finally, we have team 3559.
Down the road in Jasper, Indiana, it's Thundercats.
All right, let's kick off this first match. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
The Blue Alliance are the teams to keep your eye on for the first autonomous. First 15 seconds completely pre-programmed. 1501 Team Thrust and 4926 Galactech are high performers during this time. All this is completely pre-programmed. The robots moving on their own volition, checking in on the Red Alliance. They're able to score just a couple of points. Lots of available bonus points during the first 15 seconds. As we move into the remainder of the match, we're now in the teleoperated period. The players have picked up their controllers and maneuvering the robots that their teams built over the past 12 weeks. 8116, that's Hatch Robotics. They're a home team. Their trapezoidal shape allows them to fit into some wedged areas that most teams aren't able to. Speaking of which, they're working their way over to the source. That's where those orange circles will be introduced into the field of play. Those are known as notes with this year's game. 4926 Galactech working their way over on the amp side. Red Alliance currently agreeing to cooperation. That means they've spent one note in the amp to lower that threshold required. The Blue Alliance also needs to agree that, though, for that to actually occur. Checking in on 7657, that's the Thunderbots. Just down the road at New Tech Institute, their students work hard most of the time to get these robots built in the past 12 weeks. 1501, Team Thrust, a high ranker in this year's game. They're using LED indicators to indicate to their drive team what the current status of the robot is as they pick up notes and score them into the speaker. Notes scored in the speaker, just like Team Thrust demonstrated, is worth 2 points. There's that blue ring on the bottom that's slowly draining. That means it's amplified, which actually means that note was worth 5 points. all notes scored into the amp are just worth 1. Currently a minute remaining in the match. Scores 42-26 in favor of the Blue Alliance. We can see a handshake icon on both sides of the screen, both blue and red. That means that threshold has been lowered to 15 for that additional ranking point. Both teams only 2 or 3 notes away from that at the moment. 35-59, that's the Thundercats of Jasper, Indiana. Has a tank drive with 4 wheels on each side, 8 total, giving them lots of push power. They've been built to be a defending robot, and they're sitting pretty in that area. 8116 hatchbacks using their swerve mechanism to drive underneath the stage. That's the metallic structure. Just under 30 seconds remaining in our match. Here at 20 seconds, we'll hear a guitar riff just now. That means our human players are able to start throwing those specially marked notes and trying to spotlight their robots. We'll also see robots starting to climb and elevate themselves off the ground. That's 3 points for every robot elevated. 2 points. Red Alliance trying to get multiple robots in the same chain. That are bonus points available for them. 1501 Team Thrust successfully delivering it into the trap. And that's about it for qualification match 38 here at the Washington District, sponsored by Vincennes University in Toyota, Indiana. And here are your scores, qualification match 38. Your winners are the Blue Alliance with a score of 58, 15 points over Red Alliance's 43. They're taking home 3 ranking points. That's 2 for winning the match and 1 for Melody. That means they've reached that note threshold. Red Alliance still getting 1 ranking point for that Melody as well. Plenty of scores in the speaker for both alliances.
All right, let's keep this energy going. We're meeting our next set of teams, starting out with Team 3176.
From Brownsburg, Indiana, it's Purple Precision.
We're joining them in the middle with team 1720.
They're a community-based team from Matthews, Indiana. It's Fixed Gears.
And finally, for our Red Alliance, we have team 4008.
With students from Petersburg, Indiana, it's Theodore Roosevelt's Disco Haircut.
Next, we have team 9491.
Down the road in Sellersburg, Indiana, it's Crypto Creek.
In the center, we have team 2197.
From students from New Prairie High School, it's Las Pumas.
And finally, we have team 5484.
They're here to change lives, build robots. It's Wolfpack.
All right, let's get going. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Welcome to the autonomous pre-programmed time, 3176. That's Purple Precision from Brownsburg, Indiana. Are you going to be your high performers during this time? Remember, every note scored into the speaker is worth 5 points. Amp also worth additional points, and movement alone, crossing that typed line of the same color, can also get you points as well during that time. Scores currently 24-14 in favor of the Red Alliance. As we exit that and entering the teleoperated period, the human players picked up their controllers. 4008, that's Theodore Roosevelt's Disco Haircut. Simple solution to this year's game, but still able to defend and prevent their opponents from scoring. Blue Alliance picking up a strat that we've seen a lot this weekend, delivering notes across the field so their teammates can reduce that cycle time as much as possible. 94-91. Crypto Creek from Sellersburg, Indiana, has been your number 1 ranked team for most of the weekend. They're up against currently 3176, your number 4 ranked team, Purple Precision. So we will see a lot of rank change at the end of this match. Scores currently 28-26 in favor of the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance agreeing to competition, but we'll need both teams to lower that threshold. 34-85, that's Career Academy Wolfpack, quickly maneuvering underneath the stage. Their low profile allowed them advanced movement and allows them to be a lot less defendable. Quickly delivering a note into the speaker, that's 2 points while it's unamplified. Blue Alliance able to creep ahead, currently 5 points difference between the two Alliance, over 80 seconds remaining in the match. 1720 Fixed Gears. They're acting a lot like a hermit crab, staying just under that stage and trying to defend both sides of their field. A lot of teams this year choosing offensive tactics to prevent their opponents from scoring, keeping the scores low overall. 2197 Las Pumas from Carswell, Indiana, getting caught in that trap, but be able to release themselves using their Mecanum drive, allowing them to maneuver perpendicular to their field of motion. Currently 40 seconds remaining in the match. Las Pumas just stuck under the stage. Their teammates hoping to bump them out potentially before we enter the end game period. 30 seconds. Scores currently 42-34 in favor of the Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance able to successfully remove themselves from underneath the red stage. As we enter the endgame period, we've heard that the guitar riff. Red Alliance players now trying to highlight their robots. Teams trying to climb, getting themselves elevated off the ground for 3 points each. 94-91 successfully demonstrating that. Wolfpack just trying to sit under there, getting those parking points. That was the end of qualification match 39 here at Washington event, sponsored by Toyota Indiana and Vincennes University. And here are your scores, qualification match 39. Your winners are the Blue Alliance. With a score of 48, 5 points difference between Red Alliance's 43. That could have been a note in the speaker, ranking points 2 for the Blue Alliance for winning that match, but none of those extra bonuses, melody or ensemble. See you soon for match 40.
Okay, let's meet our team. Starting us off on the Red Alliance, we have team 4485.
From Danville, Indiana, it's Tribe Tech Robotics.
Joining them in the center, we have team 9453.
With students from Mount Vernon Senior High School, it's Mount Vernon Wildcats.
And finally in red, we have team 6498.
With students from Newcastle High School, it's Castle Robotics.
Over on the Blue Alliance, we're starting out with team 7454.
The robot's name is Hogatron. It's Huskies on Hog.
Joining them in the middle, we have team 8564.
With students from Princeton, Indiana, it's Disco Ducks.
And finally, to finish off our Blue Alliance, we have team 9554.
All the way up north at Career Academy South Bend, it's the Portage Pythons.
All right, drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
The autonomous time period, everything's worth a little bit more. Blue Line's quickly delivering 2 of those preloaded notes into the speaker, worth 5 points each. 6498, that's Leonardo da Vinci, their robot's name, making use of their short drivetrain to head underneath the stage. A tiny to pick up a note, but just shy of that. X in the autonomous period scores 14 to 12. But plenty of time running the match to change that. 76-57. That's Huskies on Hog, just down the road in the Evansville area. They're picking up a note from their human player station known as the Source. Once all the game pieces on the field of play are exhausted from the start of the match, the only way to get more in are using those human player stations. 85-64. That's the Disco Ducks, their robot's name. Hanging out with us here on the Blue Line side of the field, picking up notes from their source and delivering it to their station. We'll get lots of bumper-on-bumper action throughout today's match as teams had to pick up a game piece and then deliver it diagonally across the field. 74-54, that's Huskies on Hog, demonstrating what it's like to deliver a note into their amp. Both teams agreeing to cooperation. They spent an amp on that, lowering the threshold to 15. That will change next weekend. 95-54, that's the Portage Pythons, a rookie team this year. A very simple design, but it can be great for defense, trying to cause as much havoc on the field to prevent their opponents from scoring. Just over a minute in the match, scores 33-20 in favor of the Blue Alliance. Here's how the points work for this year's game. It's 1 point for every note scored in the amp, 2 points for every note scored in the speaker unless it's amplified. It's 5 points if amplified, and you can get to that amplified stage by scoring up 2 notes into the amp. Blue Alliance now demonstrating what that amplified looks like. Each of those notes worth 5 points for their alliance, so we should see the blue score jump here in just a few moments. Red Alliance not to be outdone, sticking in a couple more notes. 64-98 Castle Robotics already lining up for that climb. They can do that at almost any point during the match, so a lot of teams will go ahead and get there early. Red Alliance potentially going for a double climb. 20 seconds remaining, we'll hear that guitar riff. And we'll start the human players trying to spotlight the robot. If they're able to successfully land it on one of those posts above the stage, they'll get additional points for their alliance. Time winding down. Blue Alliance trying to fit 2 onto one of those chains. Red Alliance sitting pretty underneath. You can get points for just sitting there in the taped off areas. But that's all for qualification match 40 here at the Washington District, sponsored by Vincennes University in Toyota, Indiana. And now your scores for qualification match 40. Your winners are the Blue Alliance, taking it with a score of 48 over Red Alliance's 29. They'll get 3 ranking points, 2 for winning the match and 1 for melody. That's that threshold required. You have to collect enough notes for that. All the Blue Alliance robots rising in the ranks, one of them entering picking positions. Stick tight for qualification match 41.
Hey there, everybody. Just a reminder, the student roundtable is going to be starting in just about like 30 seconds. So if you want to join that, talk about student leadership, please go check that out in the choir room. It's starting at 10:30. It's all good. Please run over there. Talk about student leadership with our student board of directors. I know it's going to be a great conversation, so don't miss out. Head on over there. All right, let's meet this next Red Alliance. We're starting out with Team 1747.
They're your number 2 ranked team. It's Harrison Boiler Robotics.
Joining them in the middle, we have Team 5402.
From Walton, Indiana, it's Reckless Robotics.
And finally, we have Team 234.
Competing in their 26th season, it's Cyber Blue.
We're on the other side of the field in their shades. We're starting out with Team 5188.
Competing with their robot Gonk, it's Area 5188 Classified Robotics.
In the middle in blue, we have Team 3452.
With their robot Tow Mater, they're from Berrien Springs, Michigan, it's the Green Engineers.
And finally, we have Team 8430.
In their 5th season of Firsts, it's the Hatch Batch.
We have a thumbs up. Let's get started. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
It's robot fighting time. I'm just kidding. This isn't BattleBots. This is qualification match number 41 at the Washington District event. Team 5188 grabbing a note from that center line. They're going to try to bring that over to their line side. Score last few points here in the autonomous period. The score is 19-25, favoring the Red Alliance. Lots of top-ranked robots in this match. We have 3 of the top 5 in this match right here. 234, taking a note, trying to score it into that amp. Remember, those points scored in that amp are worth 1 each, but they can amplify their speaker, increasing the total points scored per note into that speaker. 1747, they got a note loaded up. They're going to try to shoot that into their speaker. Looks like playing a bit of defense on 5188 in the process. 234 collecting a note over from the Blue Alliance side. It's going to slow down those Blue Alliance robots. 5188 and 3452 each score a note into the high goal. About a minute 30 left in this match. The score is 39-34 favoring the Blue Alliance. The Blue Alliance speaker is amplified. Only separated by a few points. It's anybody's game. .5188 just misses a note into the high speaker. They're going to try that again. They pick it up, and they score it. 234 making it over to the Red Alliance side. They have a note loaded up. They shoot, and they score. About a minute left to go in this match. Score is 51-45, favoring the Blue Alliance. 234 and 5402, each at the Red Alliance source. Lots of quick cycles that we're seeing. 8430 playing some defense on 234, trying to prevent them from making a free over to the Red Alliance side. They're able to escape and score that no. That's 2 points for the Red Alliance. Only 3 points separating this match as we go into the end game. It's really going to come down to these stage points. You hear that guitar? That means it's time for those human players to start throwing those high notes. Any notes that they can land on those microphones will spotlight their alliance partners. 7 seconds left in this match as these robots try to get off the ground. And that's the match. We'll have our final scores very soon. It's going to be a close one. And the scores are in. Your winner is the Blue Alliance by 1 point, 59-58. The Blue Alliance will be taking home 2 ranking points for that match. What an awesome close match here at the Washington District event, brought to you by Toyota and Vincennes University.
All right, we have a new batch of teams on the field, so let's get started. First off, we have Team 7657.
From New Tech Institute in Evansville, Indiana, they're the Thunderbots.
Joining them in the middle, we have Team 3890.
From Bloomington High School South, it's Breaking Away.
And finally, we have Team 1720.
They're a community-based team from Matthew, Indiana. It's Fixed Gears.
Appropriately over on the blue side of the field, we have Team 868.
From Carmel High School, they're the Tech Hounds.
Next up, we have Team 1501.
From Huntington Beach, Indiana, it's Team Thrust.
And finally, we have Team 4008.
From Pike Central High School in Petersburg, Indiana, it's Theodore Roosevelt's Disco Haircut.
Thumbs up, you know what that means. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Notes flying into that speaker for both alliances as we start this match. We're now in our last 10 qualifiers. These are going to be crucial going into alliance selection. This will determine our final rankings along with how those alliance selection processes are going to go. It's the last chance to make a good impression on those picking robots. Score is currently 32-14, favoring the Blue Alliance as we begin the teleoperated portion of this match. A68 scoring a note into that Blue Alliance speaker. They're going to enable that cooperation bonus, as does the Red Alliance. That'll lower the threshold required for those precious melody ranking points from 18 notes scored into the speaker to just 15. Those ranking points are what are going to determine who gets to pick first in the line selection. 76-57, they're the Thunderbots, and they're navigating around the defense of 4008 to make it over to the Red Alliance side. 1720 also has a note loaded up. Looks like 1501, that's Team Thrust. They're playing some defense on 3890, or rather getting defense played on them by 3890. But they do escape over to that Blue Alliance source. About a minute to go left in this match. Score is currently 50-24. There's still ranking points available to both teams in this match. Blue Alliance, they've scored 15 notes into that speaker. That means they'll be taking home a melody ranking point. .30 seconds left to go. 1501 is up on that chain, and they load one of those notes into the trap. They're going to get off that chain and go back for another note. .20 seconds left in that match. That means those human players are going to be throwing those high notes onto those microphones, try to spotlight their alliance partners. 8 seconds left. Blue Alliance robots trying to get off the ground. And that's the match. We'll have our final scores and ranking points here in a few minutes. The scores are in for that last qualification match. It's the Blue Alliance. The score of 73 points. They'll be taking home 3 ranking points, 2 for the win and 1 for a melody.
Okay, it's time to meet some teams. We're starting off with Team 3947.
From Knightstown High School, it's the Last Crusaders.
Next up, we have Team 4926.
From Columbus North and Columbus East High Schools, it's Galactech.
And finally, we have Team 9491. Over on the blue side of the field, we're starting off this alliance with Team 3176.
From Brownsburg High School, it's Purple Precision.
Next up, we have Team 3559.
From Jasper High School, they're the Thundercats.
And finally, Team 2197.
From New Prairie High School, it's Las Pumas.
Okay, drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Lots of our top-ranked teams in this match. Red Alliance has 49-26. They're your number 2 seed. And 94-91, Crypto Creek, your number 1 seed. The Blue Alliance, however, have been putting up great performances all weekend long. So it is anybody's game. The score is currently 26-14, favoring that Blue Alliance. 31-76, their Purple Precision. They're going to score a note into their amp. They're going to use that to activate the cooperation bonus. Both teams have activated the cooperation bonus. It's going to make it easier for these teams to score that melody ranking point. All they need is 15 notes into that speaker, and that will increase the ranking of each team on their alliance. $94.91 has a note loaded up in their claw. They're going to bring that over to their speaker. 35-59, playing some defense on Galactech. They are able to come away with a note to bring over to their line side. 31-76, getting defended by 39-47. They make it away. Score is 35-31. It's anybody's game here with 1:10 left in the match. 49-26, ending pinned by 35-59. And blocked from the other side as well. They're really effectively slowing down those Red Alliance cycle times, using that defense to their advantage. 31-76 and 49-26. Getting a bit of a counter on the blue side of the field. Looks like 31-76 is currently down. We'll see if they can get up and running. There's still plenty of time left with 40 seconds in this match. Blue Alliance has a lead of 37 points, 42 points to 35. About 20 seconds left to go in this match. That means it's time for those human players to start throwing those high notes onto the microphones. Las Pumas is staged. 35-59, activating their climber. 2 Red Alliance robots are up. This is going to be a close match. These scores are in. Your winner, the Blue Alliance. They were your underdogs in that match, but they came out ahead with 45-42 points. They'll be taking home 2 ranking points for that performance.
All right, we're getting ready for our next match, so let's meet our teams. We're starting off with Team 6498.
From Castle High School, it's Castle Robotics.
Joining them in red, we have Team 8116.
From Washington High School, it's Hatchet Robotics.
And finally, we're wrapping off with Team 5188.
From Vigo County High School, it's their Area 5188 Classified Robotics.
Over on the blue side of the field, we have Team 8430.
From Washington High School, it's the Hatch Batch.
Also in blue, we have Team 5484.
From Career Academy South Bend, they're the Wolf Pack.
And finally, we have Team 9554.
Also from Career Academy South Bend, they're Portage Pythons.
Okay, it's time. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Qualification match 44 is now underway. Both alliances scoring some points into their speakers, starting this match off strong. 5188 gets one more in as the buzzer rings for the teleoperated period. The scores are now 29-12, favoring the Red Alliance. 5484 employing the strategy we've seen a few times of throwing some notes over to their alliance side so they can quickly load those up into their speaker. 5188 having a collision at the stage. They're bringing a note over to their speakers, and they do score it. Hatch Batch has a note loaded up into their amplification. Both alliances have done the cooperation bonus. That costed them 1 point from the amp, but ensures that both the melody ranking point is achievable for both teams with just 15 notes scored into that speaker. All the robots on this field are doing full field cycles. Grabbing those from their source, bringing over to their Alliance side. Some high scores in this match. 48-29 favoring the Red Alliance with half the match still to be played. Red Alliance is one note away from getting that melody. 95-54 and 54-84, both scoring notes for the Blue Alliance. Each of those notes were amplified, meaning they each counted for 5 points. Closing the gap in this match. 51-88 using their ground intake to grab a note. All Red Alliance side robots are on their side, scoring some points. Both alliances have now scored 16 notes into their speaker. They're each going to be taking home a ranking point. $20 seconds left in this match, which means those robots are going to start entering that stage. Human players are going to throw those notes onto the microphones, try to spotlight their robots, and the Red Alliance succeeds. As well as lift up off the ground. Lots of energy as we close out this match. These scores are in. Your winners, the Red Alliance, with a score of 74 points. And we have a unicorn match where the Red Alliance will be taking home 4 ranking points. That's 2 for taking home the win, 1 for the stage bonus, and 1 for a melody. The Blue Alliance will also be taking home a ranking point for scoring a melody in this match. Always exciting to see those 4 ranking point matches here at the Washington District event. Brought to you by Toyota of Indiana and Vincennes University.
All right, let's go ahead and meet our teams for qualification match. I should have looked at what match it was before I started, but let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with the Red Alliance, we have Team 868.
From Carmel High School, they're the Tech Hounds.
Joining them, we have Team 4485.
From Danville Community High School, they're Tribe Tech Robotics.
And lastly, lastly, rounding out the Red Alliance, we have Team 7657.
They're from New Tech Institute in Evansville, Indiana. It's the Thunderbots.
Starting off our Blue Alliance, we have Team 234.
From Perimeter High School, it's Cyber Blue.
Joining them, we have Team 3452.
From Berrien Springs
tie.
High School in Michigan, it's the Green Engineers.
Next up, we have Team 1720.
From
Nice.
Matthew, Indiana, it's Fixed Gears.
Hey, let's get qualification match number 45 started in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
All right, it's time for the autonomous portion of this match. Both alliances scoring some points early on. Each of these notes scored during the autonomous portion are worth 5 points. As we move into the teleoperated portion, these speaker points are going to be worth 2 apiece, unless the speaker is amplified. 234 loading a note up into their amp. 7657 does the same. Both teams are going for that cooperation bonus. They sacrifice points by amplifying their speakers, but they gain the ability to get a ranking point with just 15 notes scored into the speaker. 4485 feeding some notes over to the Red Alliance side. 7657 is going to take advantage of that teamwork and collect the note and put it into their speaker. Both speakers are currently amplified. Red Alliance scoring 5 points for each of those notes. Score is currently 44-31, favoring the Red Alliance, making full use of that amplified speaker. Half the match still to be played. Seeing a lot of strategy playing out with 1720 defending A68 as they try to grab a note from the Red Alliance source. And 1720 completely preventing A68 from making it through that side. They're going to have to go around to make it over to the Red Alliance side, which they do. They're going to now score that note into their speaker, which is now amplified. 50 seconds left to go in this match. Ranking points available to both teams. Lots of action going on in the center field. 1720 continues to play some defense on A68 from both sides. Doing an amazing job of preventing those teams from getting through. A68 does make it through. They're going to load up another note into their trap scoring mechanism. There's that guitar riff. That means it's time for those human players to start spotlighting their teams. Blue Alliance scores a note onto their microphone. That means we'll see those Blue Lions try to stage on that side. 6 seconds left in this match. Blue Lion speaker is amplified. And all of our teams are on the stage as we close out this match. The scores from that last match are in. Your winners are the Red Alliance. With a score of 71 points. They'll be taking home 3 ranking points in this match, both teams scoring a Melody ranking point.
Right, let's go ahead and meet our teams for qualification match number 46. Starting out on the Red Alliance, we have team 3947.
From Knightstown High School, it's the Last Crusaders.
Joining them, we have team 3559.
From Jasper High School, it's the Thundercats.
And rounding out our Red Alliance, we have team 5402.
From Logansport and Lewis Cass High School, they're Reckless Robotics.
Starting off the Blue Alliance, we have team 9453.
From Mount Vernon Senior High School, it's Mount Vernon Wildcats.
Joining them, we have team 4008.
They're from Pike Central High School, it's Theodore Roosevelt's Disco Haircut.
And lastly, rounding out the Blue Alliance, we have team 8564.
From Princeton Community High School, it's the Disco Ducks.
All right, let's get this match started in 3, 2, 1, crescendo!
All right, the autonomous portion of this match has begun. Red Alliance scoring some notes into that speaker. They're coming away with 5 points for each of those notes. The student drivers now have full control over their robots. And they will for the rest of this match. The score is 19-11, favoring the Red Alliance. Looks like Theodore Roosevelt's Disco Haircut are going to be playing midfield. Probably some defense going on. 85-64, making quick work of some of those notes scattered around the Blue Alliance side, scoring those into the speaker. 5402 taking a note from that center field, bringing that over to their line side. They're going to score that into the amp. The Disco Ducks have a note loaded up, and they shoot it, just miss. I'm sure they'll pick it up and try again. About half this match still to be played. Blue Lions getting some defense played on them by 35-59. 94-53, they make it through. Collect a note from the Blue Alliance source. Each of these robots have to do full cycles because the Blue Alliance source is on the Red Alliance side of the field and vice versa. Disco Ducks score a point for the Blue Alliance. Just under a minute left to go. Lots of action on the Red Alliance side. 5402 scoring a note for the Red Alliance, picking up one up just as fast as they scored it. Some colliding going on in center field with 94-53. Going over to that chain. They're going to try to climb up onto that stage. Those human players throwing those notes, going to try to get them onto this microphones to spotlight their alliance. 4008 is up. 5402 is up, and that's the match. The scores are in for that match. It's the Red Alliance. The score of 43 points. They're going to take home 2 ranking points for that win. No penalties in that match. We love to see a clean match at the Washington District event, brought to you by Toyota and Vincennes University.
All right, let's go ahead and meet our teams for qualification match number 47. Starting off the Red Alliance, we have team 3176.
From Brownsburg High School, it's Purple Precision.
Joining them, we have team 4926.
From Columbus North and Columbus East High School is their Galactech.
And rounding off the Red Alliance and our host for this event, team 8116.
They're from Washington High School, it's Hatchet Robotics.
Starting off the Blue Alliance, we have team 1747.
From William Henry Harrison High School, it's Harrison Boiler Robotics.
Joining them, we have team 3890.
From Bloomington High School South, they're breaking away.
And rounding out the Blue Alliance, we have team 1501.
From Huntington, Indiana, it's Team Thrust.
All right, let's get this match started in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Lots of our top-ranked bots are playing in this match. We have 4 teams who are currently in the position to be an alliance captain in the playoffs. The score is currently 26-29, favoring the Red Alliance as we enter into the teleoperated portion of this match. 49-26, they're Galactech. They're currently your number 5 ranked robots. They're picking up that note from the center field, bringing it over to the Red Alliance side, and they do score 2 points for the Red Alliance. 1501, Team Thrust. They're trying to hold on to their Alliance captain position at rank 7. They score a note into their amp. Both teams have applied for the cooperation bonus. That's going to lower the threshold for a ranking point down to just 15 notes scored in that speaker. The Blue Alliance speaker is amplified, meaning points will count extra for the next 8 seconds. 17:47, Harrison Boiler Robotics. They score a note into that high speaker. Lots of defense going on the Red Alliance side with 81-16, trying to prevent those Blue Alliance robots from making it back to their side. The score is very close, just 3 points separating these two alliances as there are about half the match still to be played. 15:01 scores a note for the Blue Alliance. That's 2 points. They currently just need 2 more notes to be scored for them to take home the Melody ranking point. $17:47, making over to that Red Alliance side of the field. They're going to pick up a note from that Blue Alliance source and bring it back to their side. 49-26, picking up a note for the Red Alliance. Red Alliance speaker is amplified. This is crucial time for them to score some notes into that speaker. Score is 56-48, favoring the Blue Alliance. Still anybody's game. It is going to come down to the end game where our robots will attempt to climb those chains on their stages. You heard the guitar riff. That means it's time for those human players to start throwing their high notes onto their microphones. Going to try to spotlight their alliance. 15:01, they're climbing their chain. They have a note loaded up, and they load it into that trap. That'll be 5 points for the Blue Alliance. All our robots are now at the stage. 1 second left to go. And that is the match. We'll have our final scores here very soon. All right, these scores are in for that last match. Your winner is the Blue Alliance with a score of 82 points to 55 for the Red Alliance. They'll be taking home 4 ranking points in that match. That's 2 for the win, 1 for the stage, and 1 for Melody.
All right, let's go ahead and meet our teams for qualification match number 48. Starting off on the Red Alliance, we have team 9491.
Trying to hold on to their spot as the #1 ranked team, it's Crypto Creek.
Joining them, we have a team that really likes robotics. Team 2197.
From New Prairie High School, it's Las Pumas.
And rounding out our Red Alliance, we have team 3452.
From Berrien Springs High School in Michigan, it's the Green Engineers.
All right, let's start off our Blue Alliance with team 5484.
From Career Academy South Bend, they're the Wolfpack.
Joining them, we have team 7454.
Looking to get into a spot as an Alliance captain, they're Huskies on Hogs.
Oopsie. And rounding out our Blue Alliance, we have team 5188.
They're your #3 ranked team. It's Area 5188 Classified Robotics.
All right, let's get this match started in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Qualification match 48 is now underway. 5188 scoring 2 notes into their speaker. 2197, they're Las Pumas. They're scoring a note as well. 5 seconds left for them to get a few more notes before we enter our teleoperated period of the match. Score is 24-21, favoring the Blue Alliance as we begin teleop. 5484 loading some notes over to the Blue Alliance side. 9491, they're our #1 ranked team. They're at their human player station. Gonna load a note into their robot. 5188 just missed a note into their speaker, but they pick it right back up and try again. And they score along with 5484 as well. 5484 making quick cycles, scoring again. Scores 34-28, close match as we still have about 1:30 left to go. Both teams are trying to look to get 18 notes into that speaker. That'll give them the melody ranking point. The Blue Alliance stealing some notes from the Red Alliance source, trying to slow down those Red Alliance robots and take home some points for themselves. Red Alliance speaker is currently amplified. Crucial points being scored here at the Washington District event, sponsored by Toyota and Vincennes University. Lots of action going on in center field. 5484 picks up a note. They're bringing it back to their speaker, and they score. About a minute left to go in this match. All Blue Alliance robots are on the Red Alliance side. They're bringing over some notes back to their side of the field. They just got one more note to go to get a ranking point. 5188 scores, 5484 scores. And 9491 showing why they're the #1 ranked bot, getting a note into that amp. Score is currently 58-37, 20 seconds left to go. 5188 looks like they're going to score one more note into that speaker, and they do. 5484 throwing a note onto that microphone. 2 notes onto the microphones for the Red Alliance. Going to spotlight 2 robots in this match. Just a few seconds left to go. And that's our match. We'll have our final scores here very soon. Don't go anywhere. The scores for that last match are in. Your winners, the Blue Alliance. Taking it home with a score of 65 points to 47. They'll get 3 ranking points for that match.
Alrighty, teams, we got 2 important announcements from you coming straight from the field. We are going to start collecting your student representatives for Alliance selections. We're having them line up here on the balcony by the L and M sides of the stadium. Again, up on the balcony, send 1 student representative to represent your team for Alliance selections. Also, during the playoffs area, after match 10, we're going to do a ring toss game. If you are a student interested in playing that game, enter to play at Pit Admin. We'll be closing entries at the end of lunch. Again, we're playing a ring toss game after match 10 in the playoffs. Enter to play at Pit Admin and send your student representative over here on top of the balcony by areas L and M. Stick tight for the next match.
All right, let's go ahead and meet our teams for qualification match number 48. Starting off on the Red Alliance, we have team 8564.
From Sellersburg, Indiana, it's Crypto Creek.
Joining them, we have team 3947.
The Last Crusaders.
And lastly, rounding out the Red Alliance, we have team 4008.
Sponsored by Toyota, Andy Mark, Our Scoy Foundation, on Allied Automation. It's Theodore Roosevelt's Disco Haircut.
Starting off the Blue Alliance, we have team 4485.
From Danville, Indiana, it's Tribe Tech Robotics.
Joining them, we have team 7657.
With students from New Tech Institute, it's the Thunderbots.
And lastly, rounding out the Blue Alliance, we have team 5402.
From Walton, Indiana, it's Reckless Robotics.
All right, let's get this match started in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Welcome to qualification match 49. Only a couple of these left. As usual, the first 50 seconds completely autonomous. Team 7657 Thunderbots trying to pick up one of those notes from the center of the field. They will get points for moving across that blue line during that time. All game pieces scored are worth more bonus points during the first 15 seconds. As we enter the teleoperated period, human players pick up the robot controllers that their teams built over the past 12 weeks. Now human controls, these robots are moved as their human players command. 7657, that's the Thunderbots, delivering a note into the amp for their team. Each ring, which is known as a note, is scored in the amp. That's worth 1 point for their alliance. 8564 with their robot Michael Quaxon delivering a note successfully into their speaker for 2 points for their alliance. Teams will have to save up a couple of notes in the amp before they can amplify. That will increase the amount of points each of those notes are worth in the speaker. 3947, the Last Crusaders, using their flywheel mechanisms, allows them to speed up a motor and then deliver a note swiftly into the speaker. Blue Alliance demonstrating what it's like to be amplified, increasing the amount of point values for each of those notes delivered from up to 5 from 2. 5402 Reckless Robotics swiftly making their way across the center of the field. They're delivering their notes through almost the back of their shooter mechanism, allowing them to pick up and deliver from different sides of their robot. About a minute remaining in the match, scores 41-26. Only Blue Alliance agreeing to cooperation. We needed both teams to lower that threshold, so it will stay up there at 18. Currently some bumper and bumper action from 4485 on 4008. That is allowed as that contact time is kept to a minimum. Pinning is not allowed. That's where we'll see the robot staying there for too long. You'll see refs counting that down, but it'll be up to their discretion up to call it. 5402 Reckless Robotics ramming into their competition, heading their way over to the source station, which where additional notes are brought into the field to play. Remember, the point values are dependent on where they score them. 1 for the amp, 2 for the speaker, and 5 if amplified. But as we enter the in-game period, we'll hear that guitar riff in just a few moments. We'll start the human players tossing those extra specially marked rings. Their goal is to land it on the microphone, those metal posts on top of the stage. And we'll start to see robot teams climbing. They're trying to get elevated off the ground. 7456 and 5402 Reckless Robotics trying to get both robots up on the chain. They'll get 3 points for every robot elevated, and additional 2 points for that bonus climb. It appears to be a couple robots up in the air as we end qualification match 49 here at the Washington District, sponsored by Vincennes University in Indiana Toyota. And here are your scores, qualification match 49. Your winners are the Blue Alliance. With a score of 68 to Red Alliance is 37. They got 3 ranking points. That's 2 for winning and 1 for melody. Plenty of points in the speaker that match. 1 point shy of the stage for the Blue Alliance. All those teams gaining in the ranks. Just a kind reminder, we are needing those student representatives for Alliance selections. Please meet my friend Luke over there between sections L and M on top of the balcony. He will collect your student representatives over there and prepare them for Alliance selections. My friend Luke, sections L and M, up on the balcony.
Right, this is our third to last qualification match. So let's go ahead and meet our teams on the Red Alliance. Starting out, we have Team 1501.
Currently in rank 4 with the Robot Thunderstruck, it's Team Thrust.
Joining them, we have our host team, 8430.
All the way from Washington High School in Washington, Indiana, it's the Hatch Batch.
And lastly, rounding out the Red Alliance, we have Team 1720.
Their community-based team from Matthews, Indiana, it's Fixed Gears.
Promise I won't kick any this time. Starting off the Blue Alliance, we have Team 3559.
With students from Jasper High School, it's the Thundercats.
And joining them, we have Team 6498.
One of our many Indiana Toyota teams, it's Castle Robotics.
And lastly, rounding out the Blue Alliance, we have Team 9453.
Students from Mount Vernon Senior High School, it's the Mount Vernon Wildcats.
Right, let's get this qualification match started in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Team 1501, Team Thrust is the team to watch during this autonomous period. Remember, everything you're seeing is pre-programmed. They're usually a high scorer, not to be outdone by Leonardo da Vinci. That's Castle Robotics 6498. Just shy of that note from the center. Team Thrust continuing to launch a couple notes into their speaker. A final one during that time. 5 points each for those during the autonomous period. The only way to get that additional 5 points is to amplify your speaker now that we've entered the teleoperated or controlled period. Human players have picked up their robots and moving their controllers around. 1720 moving swiftly around the field, showing off their swerve mechanism. That allows them to translate in a bunch of different directions that you would not see with the tank drive, similar to what 9453 is sporting as a rookie team. A lot of these rookie teams going for a spinning mechanisms works pretty well as long as they get lined up. Needing some counterweight, though, as they go for the climb. 35-59, that's the Thundercats, another one of our Toyota Indiana teams, making their way over to the amp station. The Red Alliance just ending that amplified period. Each note scored to the speaker during that time was worth just a little bit more. Score is currently 23-30 in favor of the Red Alliance, but plenty of defensive action in this match, so those scores might stay pretty low. 1501 Team Thrust using those LED indicators to let their drive team know about the current status of that robot. That can potentially be a tell for the other teams, so they'll keep a quiet eye on that. 70-20 Fixed Gears, that team from Matthews, Indiana, sitting pretty in the center of the field. They're waiting to prevent their opponents from scoring any additional points. Castle Robotics 6498 launching a note precisely into the top part of their speaker, where 2 points since that was unamplified. Both teams agreeing to cooperation. Red Alliance activating that amplified period. That means every note scored during that 10-second cooldown is worth 5 points. I didn't see any quite go in, but we'll stick short for the rest of the match. 43 seconds remaining. Score is currently 30-41. That's only 2 notes in the speaker difference during that amplified time. Some bumper-on-bumper action here on the far side of the scoring table. Trying to prevent 1501 is scoring as much as possible. As we enter the last 30 seconds, start to see teams scoring additional points in the stage. Team Thrust potentially lining up for a shot. They just noticed that they were 1 point shy, though, of that ranking point, so they decided to change their strategy. Blue Alliance potentially lining up for a couple climbs here. Those human players hearing that guitar riff, starting to toss those taped notes. Red Alliance successful, 1501 climbing, getting that extra spotlight point, just barely short of sticking in that trap. Blue Alliance trying to match them to get those final points. That's about it for qualification match 50 here at the Washington District, sponsored by Toyota Indiana and Vincennes University. Here are your scores, qualification match 50. Your winners are the Red Alliance. With a score of 49, 12 points above Blue Alliance is 37. They're taking home that 3 ranking points, increasing the rankings for teams 8430 and 1720. That extra ranking points for the Melody, that's the note bonus. Stay tuned for match 51. All right, teams, we still need student representatives from plenty of you. Please visit my friend Luke just over here between sections L and M at the bottom of the railing. Please send your student representative there. We need one from each team to represent you and your team during Alliance selections. We'll see you soon. Stick tight for another match.
All right, let's go ahead and meet our teams for qualification match number 51. Starting out our Red Alliance, we have team 5484.
With students from Career Academy South Bend in South Bend, Indiana, it's the Wolf Pack.
Joining them, we have team 3176.
From Brownsburg, Indiana, it's Purple Precision.
And rounding out our Red Alliance, we have team 1747.
Your currently ranked 1 team, according to my records, it's Harrison Boiler Robotics.
Starting out our Blue Alliance, we have team 2197.
Their robot's name is the Hoosier Hurricane. It's Las Pumas.
Joining them, we have team 7454.
Down the road in Evansville, Indiana, it's Huskies on Hog.
And lastly, rounding out our Blue Alliance, we have our host team, team 8116.
All the way from Washington High School, it's Hatchet Robotics.
Run! All right, let's go ahead and get this match started in 3, 2, 1, crescendo!
3176 Purple Precision and 1747 Harrison Boiler Robotics on the Red Alliance are your teams to watch during this autonomous period. Las Pumas 2197 can also score a bunch of points, but not quite as much as Red Alliance should be able to during the first 15 seconds. Points are worth more. Just moving alone during that time. Scores currently 20-31 in favor of the Red Alliance. The remaining 2 minutes and 15 seconds is all teleoperated or human controlled. They'll spend the rest of the time trying to get those scores as high as possible, but there's also a couple other missions they're able to complete. Currently, they need 18 notes to get that additional ranking point. That can be lowered if they both agree to cooperation, but they'll have to score some notes in the amp. Notes, again, are those orange rings you see being tossed around the field by the robots. They have many of different mechanisms that these teams have designed over the last 12 weeks. Checking in with our teams, 3176 Purple Precision getting some bumper action here in the center of the field. They're trying to minimize that time between picking up a note and delivering it into one of those receptacles for their alliance. Team 8116, one of our home teams, Hatchet Robotics, picking up a note from the opponent's team source that is allowed as long as it's exited that area of play. Not to be outdone, 8484, that's Wolfpack, quickly delivering a note into the top part of their speaker. Since it's unamplified, that's 2 points for every alliance. Currently, the Blue Alliance 1 point short of that ranking point bonus. Both teams agreeing to cooperation. That's cooperative competition, lowering that ranking, the threshold from 15 to 15 from 18. Harrison Boiler Robotics, one of those West Lafayette area teams, 1747, over on their source area, hoping to pick up an additional note using their ground take mechanism. They'll go ahead and pick that up and hold it in their mechanism as they travel across the field. 7457, that's Huskies on Hog, has that unique shoot mechanism able to deliver just precisely into the amp. That's where they'll focus most of the time during this match. 40 seconds remaining, scores currently 56-69. Nice in favor of the Red Alliance. 2197 Las Pumas hanging out on the far side of the field by the scoring table, using their mechanism drive to move in weird movement directions. they'll use that potentially to their advantage as we enter the end game period. That guitar riff means we'll start to see human players deliver their notes to the top part of the stage. The stage is that metal structure. We'll start to see teams claiming on that chain. 12 seconds for teams to get elevated off the ground. They'll have to stay there until the end of the match. Red Alliance trying to get 2 robots up there. That's 3 for each robot and potentially 2 more due to that doubled up time. Robots just about ending here as the end of the match. That was the end of qualification match 51. Here at the Washington District, sponsored by Toyota Indiana and Vincennes University. And here are your scores, qualification match 51. Your winners are the Red Alliance. A high scoring match for both teams, 83-73. The Red Alliance getting 3 ranking points. That's 2 for winning and 1 for Melody. And uniquely, the Blue Alliance getting the 2 ranking points for Melody, that's scoring notes, and Ensemble, which are all those points in this gauge. A very unique setup for match 51. We'll see you soon for 52. We still have a lot of teams that were missing student representatives for Alliance selections. We need students from teams 34-52, 35-59, 51-88, 64-98, 81-16, 84-30, and 95-54. Again, if your name was called, we're still waiting on a student representative. Please meet my friend Luke between the sections L and M above the balcony. Again, that's 34-52, 35-59, 51-88, 64-98, 81-16, 84-30, and 95-54. See you soon for the next and last qualification match.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and meet our teams for our last qualification match of the day. Starting off on the Red Alliance, we have team 3890.
Up the road and students from Bloomington High School South, it's breaking away.
Joining them, we have team 9491.
With students from Sellersburg, Indiana and Silver Creek High School, it's Crypto Creek.
And lastly, rounding out our Red Alliance, we have team 9554.
Sponsored by T-Slot, Bonell Aluminum, Goldstone Automotive, and Harbor Freight Tools, it's Portage Pythons.
Starting off with our Blue Alliance, we have team 4926.
With students from Columbus North and Columbus East High Schools, it's Galactech.
Joining them, we have team 868.
With students from Carmel, Indiana and Carmel High School, it's the Tech Hounds.
And rounding out our Blue Alliance and our last qualification match, we have team 234.
Their robot's name is Encore, and they're focused on exceeding the known limits. It's Cyber Blue.
All right, let's get this last match started in 3, 2, 1, Lego!
The teams watched during this autonomous period are Team 868 and 4926 high performers during the first autonomous period. The first 15 seconds is all completely pre-programmed. 868 hoping to deliver as many of those notes as along with their opponents and other teammates. Bonus points for notes scored during this time. Score is currently 35-9 as we exit that autonomous period. Now in the teleoperated period, human players have picked up their controllers that their teams built over the past 12 weeks, 2 to the 4 Cyber Blue, hoping to deliver that note into the top part of the speaker. That's 2 points for every note in the top of the speaker unless it's amplified. To get it amplified, they'll have to deliver a couple notes to the amp at 1 point each. Currently, the threshold for that additional ranking point still at 18. Both teams can cooperate by expending one of the notes. Blue Line showing what it's like to do both amplifying all the notes scored in that last 10 seconds and scoring additional points for their teams. Already at 65 score with over 100 seconds remaining in the match. We might be looking at a high score here, folks. 95-94, chilling out on their alliance station. That's the Portage Pythons. They're waiting to attack their opponent and potentially cause some chaos here out on the field. Quick cycle times from the Blue Alliance. They might be expending most of their notes. We'll see 105 of those notes out on the field today. Already exhausting the ones that started here on the field. They'll have to speak to their human player station known as the Source, where they can bring additional notes into the match. 38-90, that's breaking away. Now picking up their new position as a defender, trying to prevent their opponents from scoring as many points as possible. Over a minute in the match, Blue Alliance already scoring 22 of those notes. Red Alliance at just 4. 94-91, that's Crypto Creek from Sellersburg, Indiana, making their way swiftly across the field. They have a tank drive with mechanisms on any corner, allowing them to maneuver much more easily than they would just a pure tank drive. Aces take the tech hounds, prematurely placing a note into their trap. They're hoping to score that to solidify that additional ranking point. They're waiting until the right time to do that. It seems to be just a little bit squished. 95-94, still chilling on their side of the line station. We'll check in on them just a bit. Blue Alliance already in the amplified part of their area, scoring 5 points for each of those scored points. Just a couple of lub taps for 49-26. Hoping to get 868's additional trap note in there. It seems to be just on top of that trap. As we enter that end game period, we heard that guitar riff. Human players will start to toss those taped notes, trying to spotlight their robots. Blue Alliance going for 2 robots on the same chain. 49-26, a little bit lopsided. They have to get above the ground for that to count. That was about it for our last qualification match here at Washington event, sponsored by Vincennes University in Toyota, Indiana. And here are your scores for that last qualification match. Your winners are the Blue Alliance. With a score of 97, that's our highest score at the event. They're getting 3 ranking points. That's 2 for winning the match and 1 for all that notes. Just shy by 3 points in the stage. Not quite enough to get that unicorn match, but all of those teams moving into picking positions. We'll see them shortly in Alliance selections. Stick tight, and we'll see you soon.
Hello, everyone. Before we move on to Alliance selection, we have a really quick, fun little thing for you all. Castle Robotics has had a crossword puzzle raffle going on at their pit, as a lot of you have participated in. So before we move on to Alliance selection, we're going to draw the winner of the Chick-fil-A gift card. All right, before I reveal the name, the person who wins will be able to go to the Castle Robotics pit, not down here, to the pit, and grab their prize. And the winner is from 3176. It's Ava. I'm sorry, I can't read the handwriting. I'm sorry. Ava Vashes then, I think, from 3176. Congratulations. All right, we'll move on to Alliance selection shortly. Thank you.
All right, and straight off the presses from the pits, I'm here to announce the Safety All-Star Award. This recognizes a team who creates a culture of safety and is exemplified in the work and dedication of their safety captains. And we're here now to recognize that team. And when you win, please send in an individual to pit admin to receive your pin. So congratulations to Team 234 for receiving the Safety All-Star Award of today's event. Please head to pit admin to pick up your pin. And we'll see you here shortly for Alliance selections.
All right, it is time for your Alliance selection. Please welcome your MC, Carl.
Hello, test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready for playoffs? Awesome. But before playoffs, we're going to have to pick our alliances. So let's take a quick note. While we know all the teams here have been to a competition once before, we want to reiterate for those people at home how alliance selections work. Now, during this, we will bring up our top 8 ranked teams to formalize their alliances for the rest of the playoff competition. Now, there is only one major rule, which is if you say no to being asked to be on alliance, you cannot then be asked by another team to also form an alliance. Now, this is completely okay if you're willing to say no, because sometimes teams have different strategies in mind of how they'd like to do it. Just know that that is an option that all teams have. However, on the same point, if you are, say, decline an exception from another team, then you cannot be picked by another alliance. With that, number one, we'll bring up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pick different people. If one, let's say, picks number 3 and 3 accepts, then we will bring up our 9th seeded team in order to come up and be part of the alliance selections right now. So with that, we're going to get our ranks up onto the screen. These ranks based upon the ranking point scores that these teams have had this whole time. So let's start bringing up our teams. First up, our number 8 ranked team. That's going to be 4926.
They're Galactech from Columbus North and East High Schools.
Next up, our 7th ranked team, 7454.
From North High School in Evansville, Indiana, they're Huskies on Hogs.
Next up, our 6th ranked team, 9491.
Crypto Creek is from Silver Creek High School in Sellersburg, Indiana.
Our 5th ranked team, they're 234.
Cyber Blue is from Perry Meridian High School in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Ranking number 4, it's 868.
From Carmel High School in Carmel, Indiana, it's the Tech Hounds.
Number 3, it's 1501.
From 4-H in Huntington, Indiana, it's Team Thrust.
Your 2nd ranked team, they're 5188.
From Vigo County High Schools in Terre Haute, Indiana, they're Area 5188 Classified Robotics.
And your current number 1 ranked team at the competition, 1747.
Harrison Boiler Robotics is from William Henry Harrison High School in West Lafayette, Indiana.
Awesome. So 1747, are you ready to ask your first alliance partner to come up?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Cool. Who would you like to invite to join your alliance?
On behalf of our sponsors, the McAllister Foundation, Caterpillar, Radian Research, and the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, 1747 HBR would love to create some pandemonium and bamboozle the competition with Team 3176 Purple Precision.
3176.
Purple Precision is from Brownsburg High School in Brownsburg, Indiana.
Team 3176, on behalf of our sponsors, would love to leap into the competition with you.
Since our first pick came from outside of the top 8, we will immediately move on to our 2nd ranked team, 5188. 5188, who would you like to invite to be part of your alliance?
Team 5188 would like to invite Team 1501 to come and join us.
Team 1501.
Team Thrust is from Huntington, Indiana.
On behalf of Team 1501, we accept.
With that, all of our alliance members, please shift up and please give a warm welcome to our next highest ranked team, filling in the 8th seat spot, 5484.
Wolfpack is from Career Academy South Bend in South Bend, Indiana.
You got to have the hats, guys. Who would you like to invite to join your alliance?
On behalf of Team 868 and all of our amazing sponsors, we'd like to invite Team 234 to join our alliance.
234.
Cyber Blue is from Perry Meridian High School in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Cyber Blue gratefully accepts.
With that, we're going to shift up everyone and invite to the field our 11th ranked team, 5402.
Team 5402 Reckless Robotics is from Logansport and Lewis Cass High School in Walton, Indiana.
'94-91 is going to take just a moment as they work to prepare their picks. We have someone who is ready. Who would you like to join your alliance?
Crypto Creek would like to invite Team 8454 to join us.
8454 is not currently at this competition. Oh, 5484. Say it again. You're fine. I get it. Dyslexia is a thing.
5484.
5484.
5484 Wolfpack is from Career Academy South Bend in South Bend, Indiana.
On behalf of Team 5484, we respectfully decline.
Your next selection.
Crypto Creek would like to invite 5402 to join us.
5402.
Reckless Robotics is from Logansport and Lewis Cass High School in Walton, Indiana.
On behalf of 5402, we politely decline.
Ready?
Crypto Creek would like to invite 7454 to join us.
7454.
Huskies on Hogs is from North High School in Evansville, Indiana.
On behalf of Team 7454, I have to decline your invitation.
Our next selection.
Crypto Creek would like to invite 2197 to join us.
2197.
Las Pumas is from New Prairie High School in New Carlisle, Indiana.
Las Pumas would love to sail the FRC with you. We accept.
Next up, Huskies on Hogs. Are you ready to make your selection?
Yes, we are. We politely invite Team 5484 to join our alliance.
Unfortunately, 5484 has declined an invitation already, and so they will not be able to join you on your alliance. I have been asked to stall with a dance, so we're going to start with like the sprinkler. And then we're going to go into the seat belt. And then maybe we go, oh, I'm thinking like I don't remember what this one is, but it's like submarine, something like that. Tornado? Tornado. I feel like this is more tornado. That's a hurricane? We're in Indiana. There's no hurricanes here. Okay, we have our selection.
On behalf of Team 7454, I would like to invite Team 4926 to join our alliance.
Team 4926.
Galactech is from Columbus North and Columbus East High Schools in Columbus, Indiana.
Team 4926 would love to fly to the stars with you.
Awesome. And with that, we're going to have to move up our next ranked team. Oh, come over here. The next ranked team coming up to the 8th seed position is going to be the 12th ranked team, 8116.
Team 8116 Hatchet Robotics is from Washington High School in Washington, Indiana.
$54.84. Are you ready to make your selection? Okay, 1 second. And he's now ready. Who would you like to invite to be part of your alliance?
On behalf of Team 5484, we would like to invite Team 6498 to join our alliance.
6498.
$64.98. Castle Robotics is from Castle High School in Newburgh, Indiana.
On behalf of Team 6498, we gratefully accept.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Who would you like to invite to be part of your alliance?
On behalf of 5402, we would like to invite 3452 to wreck the competition with us.
3452.
The Green Engineers are from Berrien Springs High School in Berrien Springs, Michigan.
On behalf of 3452 and all our sponsors, we'd love to bleed green with you.
Awesome. And now, 8116, are you ready to make your first alliance selection? We're going to put a minor pause while they figure out what their alliance selection is. And we are ready for the 8th seed alliance pick. Who would you like to invite to be part of your alliance?
On behalf of Team 8116, we invite 7657 to be part of our alliance.
7657.
The Thunderbots are from New Tech Institute in Evansville, Indiana.
On behalf of Team 7657, we would love to fly into the competition with you.
We're going to give our 8th seed just a moment to talk with each other if they want to discuss their third pick. And our 8th seed alliance is now ready for their next pick. Who would you like to invite to join your alliance?
Team 8430
And Team 7657.
would like to invite Team 8430 to chop down the competition with us.
8430.
The hash batch is from Washington High School in Washington, Indiana.
'8430 would love to chop down competition with you.
Awesome. And that's our 8th seed alliance captains. Next up, our 7th ranked team. Taking a moment. So as some of you guys may or may not know, these teams are actually frantically working with their strategy teams up in the stands in order to try and determine their picks over time. And so they're communicating with them to make sure that they can have the best possible partners for their alliance based upon scouting that's actually occurred during this entire event. Many teams having watched every single match and every single robot to get statistics about each one of them.
On behalf of 5402, we would love to invite, and
3452.
we would love to invite 8564 to wreck the competition with us.
8564.
The Disco Ducks are from Princeton Community High School in Princeton, Indiana.
Nice hand.
Michael Claxton and the rest of the flock would love to disco our way to the finals with you.
Next up, our 6th ranked team. Are you guys ready with your selection?
We're ready. On behalf of Team 5484 and Team 6498, we would like to invite Team 1720 to join our alliance.
Team 1720.
Fixed Gears is a community-based team from Matthew, Indiana.
Team 1720 Gear fully accepts.
Next up, our 5th ranked team. This team actually using the pizza box of wisdom right now. They ate all their pizza, so we're waiting on the delivery driver to bring more, though. We are ready.
On behalf of Team 7454
and Team 4926,
we would like to invite Team 3559 to join us.
3559.
The Thundercats are from Jasper High School in Jasper, Indiana.
On behalf of Team 3559, we're ready to roar. Yeah.
They're ready to roar. It's 3559. Next up, our 4th ranked team.
(9491) 2197 would like to invite Team 4485 to
4485.
Tribe Tech Robotics is from Danville Community High School in Danville, Indiana.
Team 4485 would be happy to join your tribe.
Next up, our number 3 ranked team. Are you ready?
All
All right. On behalf of Team 868 and all of our amazing sponsors, we'd like to hound the competition with Team 3947.
3947.
The Last Crusaders are from Kingstown High School in Wilkinson, Indiana.
The Last Crusaders would love to cruise into a new crusade with you.
Awesome. We have just found out both the 5188 and the 1501's first names are both Abby, and it's making this incredibly confusing. And your selection.
Team 5188
and 1501
would like to invite Team 9554 to our team.
9554.
Portage Pythons are from Career Academy South Bend in South Bend, Indiana.
"9554 would love to slither with you."
Now, before we make the final pick of the Lions, we have a couple quick announcements. Number one, immediately after this, we'll be going to a lunch break. However, all of our Alliance Alliance members down here will take a brief moment to talk with our head ref on the field. Also, teams, if you are not picked, please make sure you stick around, as this is a fairly small event. We actually only have 2 backup bots, and it's very possible that you guys get pulled in as another team to play in playoffs if a team needs you to fill in. And with that, number 1 seed, are you guys ready to make your selection? Awesome.
Okay. Team 1747
Team 3176
would like to graciously invite Team 9453 to go win with us.
9453.
Yeah. The Mount Vernon Wildcats are from Mount Vernon Senior High School in Mount Vernon, Indiana.
On behalf of Team 9453, we and our sponsors, we wildly accept.
Awesome. And with that, we're going to go to a brief lunch break. We'll be back with robots shortly.
That's right, Carl. We'll be back here at 2 for playoffs. I just wanted to announce the Safety All-Star Award. I misspoke earlier. So 234 nominated. Your winner's 7454. So if a member of that team can visit the pits to pick up your pin. You can also visit the pits to sign up for our ring toss game. Put your name in the hat, and we'll see you back here after lunch at 2 p.m.